season, the Browns won their first game at Heinz Field in 16 years. Can Cleveland go back-to-back with another win in Pittsburgh? We'll find out next on EA Sports.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in playing well on both sides of the ball. Winners are 6 of their... The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And leading them out at quarterback in his 4th year now from Oklahoma State, Mason Rudolph.
And when Mason Rudolph is on the field, sometimes the scouting reports have to be revised a little bit because often quarterbacks like to throw short to get a rhythm. For Mason Rudolph, he loves the deep fade, and he loves the deep post pattern. Anything over the top, those are his favorite shots downfield, and that's what gets him comfortable.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So this defense for the Browns, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Here's Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The count solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Browns drive about to get started. First carry for Nick Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. He was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one
just
time.
once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like they're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin him deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader. And quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing. And let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real. And it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Here's Hunt. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll try again with Chubb, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. Rudolph looking to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. Escaping attack. There he goes, left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Harris will score. Touchdown, Steelers. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? 63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They run. Chubb. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A give. This is Chubb. Trucks over him. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll run with Chubb. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Ray McLeod to return. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will... Stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Browns drive about to get started
as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete.
So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. Obviously, for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division title and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Hey, take a shot now.
So if, due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 6.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action, but other times you say, okay.
This is caught at the 20, and he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Chubb. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They'll start on the ground with Harris.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now here's another carry for Harris.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And that will be incomplete.
But the fans should be applauding this defense right now. It's an excellent job. They force a 3 and out, and they should be able to set up their guys with great field position, probably near midfield or better.
The offense is going to stay out there. They've converted twice, failed once so far on 4th down. Let's see what's in store here. And they're indeed going. It's Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up, because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Back now in Pittsburgh, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run again with Hunt. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 65 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And down inside the 15 he goes.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
4th down, Mayfield. And this is caught. He hits Landry. Touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They hand this off to Harris. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And again, it's Chubb. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 138 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. The Browns try to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away.
Mayfield to throw.
His throw incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. They'll run again with Harris. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
And this one is right through. And the Steelers have won the game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they've got to feel good about this.